So Black patients are pretty much looking for a needle in a haystack when it comes to stem cell transplantation, especially in Canada.
More Black donors are needed in Canada's stem cell registry. There are many patients living with a disease that could be effectively treated or even cured with a stem cell transplant. These stem cells taken from bone marrow have been a part of medical treatments for decades for a variety of blood or immunometabolic diseases. But Black as well as Indigenous Canadians are consistently having a harder time finding a match with a donor.
Right now, in terms of statistics, Black Canadians make up about 3% of Canada's population, but make up less than 2%, I think specifically 1.5% on Canada's stem cell registry.
Sylvia describes this as a huge problem for both Black patients and patients overall in need of stem cell transplants. That's because every cell in our body has what Sylvia describes as a genetic barcode, which can be difficult to find a match.
The likelihood of a patient finding their one match, it's higher in people of the same ethnic and racial groups.
First, doctors look within the family, but most patients do not have a perfect match within their family.
That's Dr. Warren Fingerroot, a hematologist and founder of Stem Cell Club. He says that leaves many patients relying on unrelated donors, sometimes across the world, to find that so-called matching barcode.
Similar to how when you go to the supermarket and you buy a piece of fruit or a cereal box, that has a barcode label on it that the cashier scans, and then the computer knows what kind of fruit it is or what kind of cereal it is, etc.
You're pretty much trying to match apples to apples, and each apple needs to have the same number on each barcode for them to be fully compatible.
These are called human leukocyte antigens, and they're on the surface of all of our cells. And the immune system goes around and scans those barcodes to make sure that there's nothing that doesn't belong.
Sylvia says as a part of the campaign to invite more Black donors, they also interviewed recipients like Dorothy. Sylvia tells us Dorothy was on the waiting list far too long.
She didn't even get a 10 out of 10 perfect match. She had to go with a half match from her sister. So you hear stories like that about patients that have been on the waiting list for so long.
She says right now the campaign is just getting underway, doing community outreach and relationship building with Black Canadians between 17 and 35. She says the response she's getting is very encouraging.
And the feedback we've gotten so far has been overwhelmingly amazing. Everyone's like, oh yeah, this is different. Like Black Canadians are ready to, jump on and hopefully be the match for a patient in the future.
If you'd like to register to be a donor, you can visit stemcellclub.ca/Black donors save lives for more information. In Vancouver, David Zura, City News.